So I'm Anthony Cawdron. I'm the events coordinator and house manager for Westwood, which is the Purdue president's residence here at Purdue University. For most people in England, she's the only monarch that they've ever really known. To have reigned for 70 years is almost uncanny, but I think she inherited longevity from her mother, who lived to 102, so she didn't quite manage to sort of outlive her mother, but again, just a wonderful personality, and I think really someone that the nation's always looked to. Yes, so I used to be, in a former life, a butler at Blenheim Palace and a butler at Sutton Place, and in the course of those had opportunities to meet and work with many members of the royal family. Then afterwards I became a restaurant manager and had the opportunity to work with the Queen for a luncheon in Colchester, city about 55-60 miles from London. I remember making a gin and dubonnet for the Queen, which is a drink that she and her mother before her enjoyed before lunch, and taking that down to the sitting room where she was meeting with the Lord Mayor, and then we served lunch for about 175 people, and I had the opportunity to wait on Her Majesty myself, which was lovely, and but we had a little bit of a hiccup in the preparation for the meal, in that our ovens failed. We were doing it in a location that was not our home restaurant, and so the ovens failed, so we had to have an entourage of chefs walk to a hotel next door, use their ovens, get the entree cooked, and then have a police escort back into the town hall where we were serving the lunch, so that everyone got to eat. The Queen's table, which was about a table of 12, I think, that was already prepared, so if worst had come to worst, all the other people would have just sat and pretended to eat, and the Queen would have had her lunch and then moved on to the next engagement that she had. There's a lot of symbolism and patriotism and historic tradition that will have to take place in the next, it's not quite the same as an election and then you get an inauguration. There's an enormous amount of work to be done. As macabre as it sounds, the plans for the Queen's funeral will have been written and probably practiced already many times, so that once this inevitability became reality, that the process can go as smoothly as these things can, because people will already have prepared their words, and she'll probably have approved the music, I'm sure, ahead of time, and made sure that there wasn't too much fuss, a little bit like Prince Philip's funeral. Don't want all that, don't want all that, and just this, that. So, but all of that will have been put in place years ago, and then updated obviously as each year passed.